Well, I was really excited to get my new Dodge truck, and I love the looks of the MegaCab. I love the extra room that the MegaCab gives me. One thing I absolutely don't like is the fact that you can only get this thing in a short box. I got a hold of the guys at LongBedMyTruck.com, located in Salt Lake City, Utah. These guys will put a long box on your short box.
We take that goofy little short bed that you can't do much with. You haul all your buddies, but you can't haul all your stuff. So what we do here at LongBedMyTruck.com is we take that frame, we stretch it out so that you can accommodate the long bed. We put that 8-foot bed on the truck and give you the ultimate truck. A big cab, a big bed, the whole package.
So James, looks like you've done this before.
Yes, we have. About 350 times.
What these guys are doing to my truck, you're scaring me, man.
This is where a lot of technique comes in to try to cut these axle bumpers off. You want to be able to cut the axle bumpers off without cutting into the frame. Here what we're doing is we're going to level this up here on the back, put our jutes on here, go ahead and get this tacked into place so that we're nice and straight coming all the way back. And then once we're all the way straight, we'll tack this on, level it up, square it out so that we're ready for our spring and suspension to be put back underneath here.
Fill it up. Plus, I can put my 8-foot sled deck on the back of my truck, haul my snowmobiles, I can haul my Polaris Razor. I don't have to worry about towing a trailer. It's awesome. Where it really shines is on slippery roads, because now I've got a longer wheelbase. The truck is way more stable. It doesn't want to get squirrely on icy packed roads. Well, the ultimate tow rig is starting to look really good. Only thing is, I need a lot more power and a little better mileage. I was hearing good things about the folks down at Power Labs in Idaho Falls, so I thought I'd pay him a visit.
Hey Greg, how are you?
Good. So, you gonna be able to give me some horsepower?
You bet.
You gonna be able to give me some mileage?
A little economy too. Make her run, get rid of some heat, and make that Dodge run the way it should.
Awesome. This thing stock is pathetic. 0 to 60, same day.
I know all the police officers. I've met them all.
What do you think of the power?
I think it's all right if you're 80 years old and you got to go to Walmart and get milk.
That's pretty pathetic, I gotta tell you. 1878, 76 miles an hour and a quarter. Hopefully we'll be blowing some coal shortly, making some power, get some mileage. Power Labs, if anybody can do it, they can.
Hi, my name's Brent Wilsey at Power Labs. Greg brought his truck down for the ultimate tow rig, and we're gonna put it on the dyno here and see what she's got bone stock.
344 horsepower.
The tuner is called the Mini Max by H&S. It's got the heads-up display, it's got adjustable tuning, its power levels up to 175 extra horsepower, and got the top speed limiter removal. It'll calibrate the speedometer. For what we're doing right now, the street legal stuff, the name of the game is a little bit more power, a little mileage too. Well, we picked up about 60 horse to the ground on the Cummins today with H&S Tuner, and that's all emissions legal and should tow the trailer a little bit better. All right, Greg, let's get this thing on the lift, get the pump on there. We're gonna take the DPF and the cat off and set the H&S to kill and see what she does. We're gonna go ahead and put a set of amp electric steps on the truck, and Titan Tank's bringing over a 54-gallon fuel tank.
For the person that tows a lot, that's active outdoors and needs to get places without having to stop to get fuel, allows you to pick and choose where you get your fuel, so it saves you money. Not only that, it gets you on the hill first to get to that powder.
This is the AirDawg 100 lift pump. This features a 2-micron fuel filter and the water separator. So this pump's going to supply us about 12 psi and 100 gallons per hour to the injection pump so that it's got plenty of diesel to feed the injectors. So what the AirDawg's going to do for us, it's going to filter down to 2 microns, which is going to alleviate a lot of the problems with the junk getting through into the injectors. And we've also got a water separator. And what's cool about this is going to filter 100 gallons per hour down to 2 microns and the water separator. What the engine doesn't use gets returned to the tank and it goes back through the pump and gets filtered again. Diesel fuel is cavitated, especially on like a Duramax where you don't have a pump feeding factory. The injection pump's pulling from the tank and you get a lot of air. And what happens is those microscopic air bubbles, they cause metal on metal contact inside the injector. Obviously the diesel fuel lubricates the injector, and if we've got air, we've got cavitation, we get a little bit of wear in the injector. And these pumps remove the air and feed a nice solid steady stream of diesel, and you don't have to worry about that.
Stock. AirDawg.
That's power right there.
Pretty good, 2 seconds off our time.
The amp research steps, awesome steps. As you can see, they're up and out of sight. Open the door, boom, down they come. Nice thing about the amp research steps is they use watertight bearings, so you can drive your truck in the yucky, slushy roads, and they work great. They don't ever jam up or freeze up or anything, so they're good for year-round, and they're going to last years and years and years. And they're all automatic, out of sight, out of mind. And when you need them, open the door, they're there for you.
Time to get out the credit card, max it out. Think about a Titan tank. It's going to be cheap to fill. We're going to go ahead and top this thing right off the top and drive up the hill in it, and we're going to top her off the top again, and we're going to see what kind of mileage increases we got. I can tell you already by driving this thing, it is way more responsive. Doesn't take nearly as much pedal to make it move. It's way more snappy, and you can just tell it's free flowing. Now we're going to drive 300 miles to Helena, and I'm going to fill it up, and I'm going to hand calculate it, and we'll also double check how it compares with what the computer says, and we'll see how accurate that is too. Well, we're back in Helena now. Meter says 16.8. Let's fill it up with gas and see what the calculator says. The Ultimate Tow Rig is getting some serious electrical add-ons, and I knew all this wiring and installation wasn't going to be easy. So I drove down to Salt Lake City, Utah, home of Premier Vehicle Installation. These guys are some of the best well-known installers in the Northwest, and by the looks of all the law enforcement vehicles, I knew I was in trusted hands.
We're going to have Dan, you're going to do the mirrors. 2 mirror intersectors we got going on here that are amber. We're going to do whites down in the turn signal area. On the back, we're going to do red in the brake light area and white in the reverse. Then there's 2 controllers. The handheld controller will do siren and whatever's left over that won't fit with the LightBar. Any questions on that? Hardwire the winch, and we'll put a PDU in there. Any questions? Let's do it. So we should be able to fit that LED intersector right next to the factory lights that are shining down for you to get into your car, so we'll make it happen.
Well, it's day 2 of the Ultimate Tow Rig installation here at Premier Vehicle Installation in Salt Lake City. It's coming along great. Got the new sound off signal Apex LightBar going in. They're wiring that up. Starting at the back of the truck, we've got 12 volt air compressor plumbed into a 12-gallon air tank hooked to a Cox hose rail, so we'll be able to have an air compressor whenever we need it. The guys got the whole interior of the truck tore apart. We're putting in ICOM radio from PCI race radios, so we'll be able to communicate with the Ultimate Razor when it's out tearing it up. A lot of the cool products from Sound Off Signal going in this project. I have to say Sound Off Signal, they build some of the coolest, well-built, neat stuff on the market. You know it's good if they cater to the guys in law enforcement and people's lives depend on quality. And Sound Off Signal, yeah, they've got good quality.
About 2 years ago, Premier Vehicle Installation developed a power distribution unit. We use this in 90% of our installs. This is all your fusing located in one area. They all are LED backlit, which will indicate whether the fuse is good or bad. We have constant output, ignition output, and timed output. Because generally you're going to want most of your things to time out after a certain time so you don't have the draw on the battery. We have one maxi or a high output on this unit, and it can also be changed from time to constant. A couple other features that we have built into this is high voltage and low voltage protection. So if there's a voltage spike, it'll temporarily shut this unit down to protect the equipment. Or if it reaches a lower voltage, generally 11 volts, during the timeout period, it will shut the unit down so your vehicle can start. On the front side of it, so it's easy to access, are your dip switches for your timed outputs, and they can be adjusted to go from a 2-minute timed output up to 13 hours. We run this all off of a circuit breaker, 6-gauge wire that goes up to the battery. If the vehicle is going to be left for any kind of long period of time, you can trip the circuit breaker, and now there's no current going to any aftermarket equipment. You should be able to get years of use out of it.
Not only do these guys do top-notch work, they're a top-notch crew. These guys don't take any shortcuts. Everything is soldered, heat shrinked, and cable tied into place. The guys at Premier Vehicle Installation are the best. So if you need some accessories, cool lights, radio installation, power panels, switch panels, or emergency lighting, come see Clint and the gang at Premier Vehicle Installation. Hey Brent, back to Power Labs.
What's up, Greg?
We got more stuff to do. H&S hooked us up with some new products that we're going to try out. Intake elbows and intercooler elbows, high flow stuff there. We got the transmission code that's going to fix the transmission. Tell us a little bit about that.
Tranny tuning locks up the converter a little more aggressively, more line pressure.
Okay, so we're also going to be putting in an air-raid air filter system. Give a little bit more flow there, hopefully some better mileage. Yeah. Best of all, train horns. We've got really badass train horns from realtrainhorns.net.
See that ticket already between the cop lights and sirens and train horns. It'll be a fun day.
This is the K6 LA system. This is the baddest, loudest train horn system on the market.
Wow.
Only available from realtrainhorns.net.
You better hope you're not old and driving 10 below the speed limit in front of me.
It's gonna be ugly. So we got some work to do.
Now let's get her done.
One of the reasons I went with realtrainhorns.net is they have these very cool adapters that they build specifically for the Nathan air chimes that makes installation a breeze. And you just basically bolt them on. It's got an O-ring on here that seals it. And so now it serves two purposes. We got a mounting point for the horn, and we got a quick coupler as well. Makes the installation of the Nathan air chimes just a breeze. And it's only available through realtrainhorns.net. Well, it's 10:15. We're just barely getting the train horns put on now. Let's see how Josh is doing. How you doing, Josh? Good. Well, the moment we've been waiting for, testing of the realtrainhorns.net. I think it's gonna be loud. We all have our ear protection in. What you think of that?
Pretty loud. You're gonna have to be careful with them.
Way too loud.
We're planning out the methanol kit right now. Jetting.
So
nozzle location.
So water meth, SnowPerformance. What's it gonna do for me?
You probably see 1.5 miles, 2 miles per gallon. Typically on the dyno, 50 to 70 horse. You see all this soot here? All the carbon from your EGR system. After running it for a little while, we can take this back apart and that will all be gone. Makes the air charge more dense. That's where you get the mileage and power. Cooler air charge temps. It's like a chemical intercooler.
Well, we're going to give you a sample of just how loud realtrainhorns.net train horns are.
This is the K6LA system. We're talking 6 train horns coupled with a 12-volt air badass compressor. It's going to be loud. This is like the world's loudest train horn right here. This is about 3/8 of a mile away. It's going to get loud.
I have a funny feeling I'm about to get scared by a train horn. Oh my god.
I'm with Jeremy at Throttle Down Customs. These guys build some of the coolest bumpers around. We're custom designing bumpers for the ultimate tow rig. We're going to integrate the Warren 12,000 pound power plant winch, HID driving lights, Baja design, LED light bar. Really, really high tech. The guys at TDK, they'll custom design the bumpers however you want them. They're strong. What are the advantages of running your guys' bumpers?
They protect your truck from hitting deer, elk. They're not a heavy bumper, but they're strong, designed with the angles in them to keep them strong, but they're also lightweight.
It'll be nice that we can integrate the Warren power plant winch, integrate the lights, all built in. It's going to be nice.
Hi, I'm Coy Painter. Behind me is the Ultimate Tow Rig project. I've been really impressed with Baja Design's new Stealth LED light bar. Everything is so simple, and it's extremely bright, the equivalent of 4 HID lights, only weighing 6.8 pounds. Some of the cool features about the Baja Design Stealth LED light bar, it's equivalent to 14,000 lumens that will truly annihilate the night. Compared to running 4 HIDs, this thing only weighs 6.8 pounds and is just as bright, if not brighter. It was nice TDK, when they built the bumper, they built in brackets, so the light bar mounts right up. This has 50,000 hours LED life expectancy. You don't have to worry about burning out your expensive HIDs anymore. We've been running Baja Design lights for the longest time now, and we were really excited when we heard that they were coming out with a new Stealth LED light bar. When we finally got it, we were really impressed. Couldn't wait to get it hooked up.
What are you listening and hearing? That's the question I'm asking, but no stressing. Just 2 stepping and hand clapping. They were talking to who? They were talking to you. They were talking to who? They were talking to you.
Well, we're going to use the Warren 12,000 pound power plant winch. We're going to be dropping a big tree, and we don't want to drop it on our cabin. So we're going to be snatch blocking it with the Warren snatch block all the way up to the tree. Truck's off to the side, out of the way. Gonna hit the button, put some pressure on the tree, make the back cut. Warren to the rescue. One more time.
This thing.
Well, for today, for the ultimate tow rig, we've got a couple things going. First of all, we're going to change out all the oil. We're going to go with Royal Purple synthetic oil. These guys have been around for a long time, and in my opinion, they build the best synthetic oil on the market. The ultimate tow rig deserves the best. While we're changing out the oil, we're also going to be putting in this AFE Power rear differential cover. Added capacity, extra cooling, and this thing is cool looking. Look how beefy it is. The thing weighs about 10 pounds. What's really neat about the AFE Power cover, it's got a hole for a dipstick. It's got a magnetic dipstick on it. It's got a sight glass as well, so at a glance you can see if your oil level's up to par. Plus, it's got a magnetic drain plug right on the bottom. Makes it a snap for changing out your rear differential fluid. And of course, we're putting in the Royal Purple rear end lube at the same time, 75-140. And it also comes with a hole for temperature sender or air lockers. Already tapped and ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
I chose Falken tire. I wanted a good looking tire. I wanted a functional tire that's going to last and wear well. These guys I feel make one of the best tires in the industry. They make the Wild Peak AT. It's got a nice tread profile. It's got a good aggressive square shoulder on it. Really good looking tire. It's got a quiet ride down the highway. Handles great. And it also works good in the snow, and it works good on dirt roads.
So it's kind of the best of all worlds. For me, mostly being on the highway, this is why I chose the Wild Peak Falken tires, and I know it's going to last, and I just trust Falken. They make a good product, always have, always will.
Well, I've been in here wiring up the MyGig lock pick and part of the Escort Passport modules here for the controls. While I've been working on these, my dad's over working on mounting the camera for the FLIR system in the grill. The MyGig lockpick system, which allows you to use auxiliary video while rolling down the road. We're using that in combination with the FLIR system so we can display the monitor right up on the head unit, right up front, and watch it as we're driving down the road. Now we'll be able to see them critters and Bigfoots and all sorts of good stuff on the road way before a headlight. This FLIR stuff is beyond cool. This right here is what we call a FLIR, forward-looking infrared. This takes and reads heat like the military, so you can identify animals on the road, pedestrians, whatever you name it. Anything that has heat that could be a potential hazard, you will see it 10 times better with the FLIR system than you would with your standard headlights. Escort Passport Mac Daddy system, full in-truck built-in radar detector system, 2 laser shifters in the grill, and the radar unit in the grill as well. Our laser shifter in the back bumper. Figured we'd show you guys what the FLIR system's all about, why you might want one.
Yeah, it's pitch black out here, so you can watch the screen. Look at that. You can literally drive the car with your lights off. Usually, what's that on the right side, dude?
Get me the hell off the truck. Stop so I can get in the truck! What the hell is that thing? Open the door! What the hell is that?
I'm Jay with Marathon, and we're here doing an install of the new Truck Boss deck.
Hi, I'm Vaughn with Truck Boss Decks. Today my partner Jay and I are going to install a Truck Boss deck into a pickup truck. This is all the hardware we're going to be using. It all comes in this box with your Truck Boss deck, and the entire thing goes together with a 1/2-inch wrench.
Traditionally, the decks have always been known as a sled deck or a quad deck. We're working to evolve the product into more of a truck accessory. You can lock all your gear in there, keeps all the weather and everything out of it.
This deck is made entirely out of aluminum extrusion. So there's no plywood in it, there's no welding in it.
The Truck Boss comes pre-assembled in 4 modules for a standard box, 5 modules for a long bed.
It is entirely bolt together and clamp together.
The sides also come pre-assembled, and then you've got your rail capture, your tailgate flap, and the front bulkhead. You've got clamps that slide onto this that clamp this rail to the truck box. Here we're putting the first module of the deck surface on. With the Truck Boss, there's no need to be manually loading side-by-sides, ATVs or snowmobiles. All the Truck Bosses are set up so that they accept a winch. It's now safer to load your machines on the deck than it is to put a ramp and pull them into the back of the box. Winch unloading on the Truck Boss is easy to do. Just put it in neutral and let it down. You want to see how easy it is to load your ATV on the Truck Boss? Just press the button. Plenty of tie downs. You can hook to here, hook to here, hook to here, or to the D-ring.